If there's ever a place I could be that I'm not going to get in trouble, it's going to be at FTX.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who donate to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and cryptos pulling back. As I'm doing this video, we are moving up slightly. Don't forget, guys, today we have options. And guys, we have the bank man stepping down. And we know he's going to be going into the wind with millions. And they file a Chapter 11. And I'm going to talk about that later in the video. But guys, we've already seen this before. We saw this in big tech. They did the same exact thing. We saw the blueprint. I told you we were going to take a hit the first quarter of this year and in the fourth quarter. Didn't know exactly when or where it was coming from, but I knew it was going to happen. And I'm letting you know it's going to happen again next year, but it's going to be at a larger scale. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rate slightly down. We have volume, we have tether, we have USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo still over 2.2 trillion. And we still see the Fed moving fast forward. We have the New York Fed collaborates with Singapore Monetary Authority to explore CBDCs. Guys, we know the central banks and NWO set up these distractions so the masses are looking one way so they can continue on building. Remember, this FTX situation is nothing but a movie. The same as Ripple versus the SEC. Guys, it's all a movie, so don't get distracted. I know it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But you have to keep your eye on the money and then also all the moving pieces. But you know I keep you up to date. Now, like I stated, after the Sam Bankman-Fried, what was going to happen? All the puppets and politicians are going to come out and say we need regulation. Then we're going to have regulation. Then we're going to have the institutions, and then the automation comes in. And that's when the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have the senators moving forward with the Sam Bankman-Fried backed bill. And we have Maxine Waters comes out and says we need urgent need for legislation. And we had the White House come out and say the same thing. And remember, guys, our market cap is under $1 trillion. There's no way we should be the topic of any discussion. The reason why we are the topic, because we are definitely the future. Now, guys, we know the masses don't care about finances, and then also majority of them are not invested in crypto. So by the time they wake up to the fourth industrial revolution, the automation takeover would have already happened. And guys, we see how quickly the Fed has moved to the back burner with this FTX story. Nobody's talking about the Fed when the Fed is responsible for all of it and its puppets. And I'm going to go over the puppets in the second video, guys, but I'm also going to touch bases on Gary Gensler in this video. But guys, don't forget about Grayscale. Moved up to about 16.1 billion, about 1.8 billion that they picked up. So guys, we see the pumping and dumping also in the manipulation of Grayscale also. So make sure you keep an eye on the actual allocations. But getting over into a little crypto news. Guys, we had Gary Gensler, of course, admitted that he met with the bank man. We saw it on the calendar. Also, Gary Gensler, old boss at MIT, is the father of Caroline Ellison. You know, Sam Bankman-Fried was at MIT. And Sam Bankman-Fried created the Mind the Gap, where he was giving away money to these actual politicians. And also, Sam Bankman-Fried parents are professors at Stanford. So guys, we know this was a well-orchestrated plan by the SEC and the CFTC, because they also have connections with Gary Gensler and FTX.US. But what's not being brought up also, guys, is that the Bahamas has a SEC. And you can go on the SEC page and see all the times they've worked with the United States SEC to bring down illegal activity. And also, guys, Binance CZ started the bank run. I want you to make sure you don't forget that. And then also, we see all the big players. There's over 130 big companies that are inside of this bankruptcy that could have came to the rescue. This was another master plan by the NWO, because all this is going to do is bring in the regulation, the big banks to take over crypto, and we're right back in the same economy. It's just that it's going to be on blockchain and everything is going to be tokenized. A digital economy that's going to give the central banks even more power. And they're calling FTX the Enron moment, the Lehman Brothers moment, this crisis. But guys, they don't talk about all the situations where the banks were bailed out. All the illegal activity that the banks do. And I've called them out. And guys, we know the banks are the biggest what? I'm going to let you finish that. Now we have Blockfi halts clients' withdrawals. And guys, it was very interesting when they came out and stated that they were going to start back doing high yields for accredited investors. And we know FTX was going to bail them out for about $250 million. Now we have Andreessen, my guy, back Aptos, and Google Cloud unveils partnership plan for accelerator program. And then lastly, guys, we have the clearinghouse standing up for bank rights and opposes CBDCs and comments for the U.S. Treasury. And guys, we're going to see how long this lasts, because we definitely do not want CBDCs here in the United States. And guys, this is the reason why they don't teach finances in school. And this is the reason why they keep the masses asleep, so they can move forward with the New World Order agendas. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, It's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, and not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Make sure you go to the stock channel. Like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming, while everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the C-Word, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.